Hmm. Oh, hey guys! Did notice you there. I was just thinking about something, and something in particular, which is why can't Audi compete with Tesla? I think about this a lot. As a matter of fact, I had a whole year to think about it because that's how long it's been since Audi e-tron's been on the market, especially here in the United States, and yet the sales are not very good. And when I say why can't Audi compete with Tesla, it's not because they don't have the right product. I'm wondering if they want to for real or they even know how, because the product is very good. I drove this car back in February of last year, almost a year ago. I've seen this car many times. I actually run one of the Facebook groups for e-tron owners, and a lot of these people are very happy buying these e-trons, and it does have a lot of advantages even over Tesla. It's got better off-road capabilities. It's got a very luxurious interior, as Audi should. It has a great build quality. It has a lot of service centers. It's got some interesting tech like side mirror cameras and 360 views. I mean, there are a lot of things that this car has, and it's a very, very decent electric car, but yet the numbers is nothing compared to Tesla, and really nothing compared to what Audi should have with a good model. So today I'm going to examine why that's still not happening. And the reason I actually picked Audi is because, out of all legacy manufacturers, they're actually quite ahead of everybody else, right? They've committed billions and billions of dollars of their money to go electric. They have the e-tron now for a year now. They just came up with a hatchback version of that. E-tron GT is going to be hitting the market very soon, and they have a few more models coming out, so they are capable. I'm also gonna play to you guys my interview with the president of Audi of America. I asked him about one of, I think, the biggest problems that they have, that I think they have selling these cars. And then I also talked to their VP of product management, and I asked him the question I wanted to ask them for a very long time. So stay tuned for that. As a matter of fact, this is a good time to remind you that if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. And if you have, then click on that bell notification icon so you don't miss anything moving forward. We do daily electric car news here, and we got everything for you that you need. All right. So just like I mentioned, the e-tron GT is a car that's coming out in the next year or so. I was one of the first 75 people to actually drive this car with a police escort through through the streets of LA. That was actually a pretty cool experience. That video is on my channel. As you can see, the cops are driving right there behind me and in front of me. That was pretty cool. Now, this is a great car that is not for sale yet. And they just, like I said, also came out with a hatchback version of e-tron. So we're talking about lots of marketing dollars that are going into this, lots of development dollars, the production and so forth. But why? So I'll tell you why. I think there are a couple of reasons. First is the dealership. And as a matter of fact, the reason I'm showing you this particular dealership is because this is a footage from the last holiday season when they kind of premiered the e-tron here, and they invited pretty much nobody. That's right, they had this whole event and nobody got invited. One of the local organizations, electric organizations, that actually heard about it and invited some people. As you see, there were a few people, but what you will also notice from that video, there were absolutely no salespeople. As a matter of fact, I was talking to somebody who was quite interested in getting this car at some point, but there were no salespeople to sell it to him or even take a reservation. So, and by the way, since then, I should also mention, the last couple of months or so, I've contacted this and a few other Audi dealerships in California saying, hey, listen, let me try selling this for you. Let's make a bit of a partnership here because I like this car. A lot of my audience likes this car. Let's give them a deal and see if we can move some of them and make some people happy. Not a single one of them have returned my call. Yes, that's right. The general managers and sales managers decided that they don't need anyone's help selling these cars because they can not sell them on their own, apparently. Now, I have caught up with the new president of Audi of America, Daniel Weisland, at the LA Auto Shows. It was just only a few weeks ago, and I asked him about what's up with that, with the dealerships. Here's what he had to say. I know one of the biggest challenges legacy manufacturers have is convincing their dealerships that the future is electric because, they got to make money and maintenance is how they make money, but these cars are so good they don't need maintenance. How do you see the strategy for you guys to
dealerships on board, so they want to sell these for you guys?
I can tell you, all our dealers want to sell it. But the thing is, like, we are also at the beginning of a big transformation, an electric transformation. Those things don't happen overnight. As more products we bring to the market, as more opportunities we have for consumers to buy an electric vehicle. And I can tell you, every car our dealers sell, electric car, it helps them.
Okay, so I'm just gonna give him kind of a pass because he's just at his job very but let's be honest here. That's not what's happening. I've experienced it firsthand, and I hope he actually does it himself. Maybe he does a, what do you call it, undercover boss type of a thing, and see how these dealerships are really not willing to do it. Now, don't get me wrong. I totally understand why dealerships don't want to do it. Obviously, they make most of their money on maintenance. Obviously, most of the cars that need maintenance are gas cars. So these electric cars are so well put together and really don't have that many moving parts that they don't need the maintenance. And I understand it. But at the same time, I think until they realize what's happening, and again, I'm giving them a pass, but next time I interview them, if they'll allow me, you know, we're going to have to revisit this because I don't agree with what he said. I don't think that's what's happening, and I think that's number one problem. Now, let's go to the number two problem, and this time I talked to the VP of Product Management, who's been on his job for a while, and I think he got what I was trying to tell him. Before that, of course, a quick reminder that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out their all-electric SUV. This company makes nothing but electric cars and will do so once their factory is fully operational in another few months. Don't forget to make a reservation. It actually is $0 in euros, absolutely free. You can do so by using the link in the description of this video. It takes about a minute of your time. You will join myself and tens of thousands of other people who've already made their Byton reservation. But let's talk about the second problem that I think has been kind of infiltrated Audi, or maybe that, well, actually was there before the whole electric car movement, and it's advertisement. Now, I do have to give them some credit because they have put some money towards the advertisement, and this is what they've actually ran during the Super Bowl. They've also placed their car into the Avengers movie and the Spider-Man movies, and I've seen a lot of billboards, which I don't think is the right way to advertise really anything right now. Unless it's a hemorrhoid cream, I think. But now here's the ad that they ran. As you can see, you can't, if you don't know that this electric car, you don't know until that one little moment where they take the plug out. But other than that, there's not a single mention that it's an electric car. What are the advantages of these electric cars? It's also kind of a weird ad on top of that. But here's the problem that I have. And just like I said, I asked this question of Philip, who is a VP of Product Management. And here's our interaction. This is also at the LA Auto Show. And check out how we're slowly spinning with the e-tron hatchback. And I enjoy that experience because I probably don't spend enough time on the roller coasters. This was a very nice experience. So here we go.
Now, there's something I'm a little confused about, I have to admit. So, and I think some of my audience as well. You guys released e-tron last year. I had a great drive in Spain to test drive it. I thought it was a solid, electric car, and definitely good effort from Audi. But once I got back to the United States, I'm starting seeing the commercials on Super Bowl, and you guys supported one of the cars in the Avengers movies and the Spider-Man. But the Audi e-tron GT is not really up for reservations yet, while e-tron SUV is. So that kind of creates kind of a confusion. You're advertising the car that's not for sale, and the one that's for sale is not on TV. Clear that up for me, please.
All right, I'll do my best. I think one of the things we really try to tell with that is our commitment to electric goes well beyond the SUV. So yes, the SUV is right here, right now, and we are absolutely excited. Our dealers are engaged, everything's going, but we also want to let the world know that we're not here with one car or one kind of shot of approach. We really take it to the next level, and this is going to be a very broad electric portfolio. So as we already said, we're going to do something like 30 electrified models in the next few years, and we want to make sure that people understand that these cars are going to come, and they're not 5 years out, they're not 3 years out, they're like months out. So we felt that it was the right thing to really let people know that it's not just the e-tron, but our commitment to electric is really much wider.
listen, I hear his point, and by the way, kudos to both of them for actually, taking these questions. I did tell them that, I'll have some, not so easy questions. So, but I hear his point that they're trying to emphasize that they got more than one car, but the problem is nobody knows that they have that one car, and I think the way they've advertised it, which is very minimum, and again, billboards. I've seen some billboards in San Francisco and so forth. That's just the fact that you're advertising your high-tech car in the most low-tech way just shows you that, and this is what I'm going to tell you, and not just my viewers, but whoever's watching who works for Audi, is that you don't know how to advertise electric cars. You don't understand what it takes to sell an electric car, and I see it over and over and over again. And the reason I'm telling you this is because your product is actually very, very good. You just don't know how to sell it, and I think it comes from I think it comes that you guys just don't, you have not infiltrated the electric car community. You're coming in as an outsider, right? Tesla and Faraday Future and Lucid and Biden and so forth, they kind of grew up from the community, either within the legacy manufacturers or Silicon Valley or whatever. They kind of grew up understanding and wanting this. But coming from the outside and being a legacy manufacturer, this is where you guys either need to hire someone who will tell you how it is. And by the way, I'll be more than happy to do it even for free, by the way, which I guess I'm doing right now. But also, you guys have to want to figure this out, how you're going to go either work with your dealerships, and I've already figured, I think selling digital services is one of the ways to go. I keep saying that. Or you really, really need to start maybe opening direct showrooms where you just showcase the electric cars, maybe opening up some separate brands. But you can't do whatever it is that's happening right now and then tell us that, oh, everything's fine. Everything's fine. We got it. You don't got it. The sales are pathetic, I think, and this is where, and the reason I'm upset is because if we were talking about Toyota Prius, whatever, that's a crappy product, right? If we'll be talking about, some of the other cars that are just not up to par, yeah, I get it. But you have a good product. I don't know if you know that, but you have a great product in this car, and more products seem like you come and they will be getting better specs. They're going to be getting better with technology. So before I pop the vein in my brain, because I'm actually quite angry about it, I really hope you change the course. Maybe at this point, maybe fire some people. Maybe fire some people, hire somebody who actually has it in their heart and understands how to do this. And I understand you have to dance this thing where you still have to make money on the gas cars and everything, but I think you have to figure out the transition. Those who are watching me, please feel free to jump in and tell Audi what you guys think. What will it take you to buy a car like this, which just like I said, is actually a pretty decent car? Let me know. One of the people in particular is one of my newer Patreons, Chris. Thank you so much for becoming a Patreon. This is one of the two ways how I actually am able to do this every day. My Patreons and of course my sponsors. So thank you. And of course my Patreons get to watch me live and interact with me, and we have a good time. We talk off camera, well, on camera, off YouTube camera, I guess. So if you want to become a Patreon, go to patreon.com/e4electric, and of course, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, well, that is free. And you can click on that subscribe button. And if you already have, of course, a bell notification icon so you don't miss anything moving forward. I'm actually heading out to CES, so there will be a lot of interesting content on this channel. I love traveling and being right in the middle of all of this stuff. So when I talk to you guys about what's happening, it's because I was there. I talked to the people who make these cars. I talked to the executives. I talked to people who are actually promoting and making these cars in factories. I visit some of these factories. So I definitely love doing this and bringing this to you. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Other than that, I will see you next time, and remember to stay charged.